Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today is Tuesday, February the 27th, and it is time for live at 1 p.m. Central. Let me just click a button there. I'm so glad you could join me. I am Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards, independent Stampin' It demonstrator coming to you from Florida. So today I have a fun fold called a corner tuck card. And I've made this card before, but I don't think that I have shared it in a video. So that is what we're going to use today. And also, I want to remind you that don't forget that Sale-A-Bration ends this Thursday, the last day of February. So Sale-A-Bration ends, but you still have time that you can place an order and you can earn some free items. Today, I'm going to be using two stamp sets from Sale-A-Bration. So you could still place an order and choose one or even both of the stamp sets for free, depending on the size of your order. But it is, you know, this is still going on through the end of this month. If you do not have the stamp set that I'm going to use today, you can use any stamp set to recreate these cards. Hello, Christina from Ohio. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on today. Okay, well, I'm going to be using, like I said, two stamp sets from Sale-A-Bration, and I'm also going to be using some designer series paper from our January to April mini catalog. And today I'm going to keep it fairly simple. I'm going to be using stamps, ink, and paper. I'm not going to do any embossing. I'm not going to do any die cutting. I am going to be using a few Stampin' Blends though. So, plus, before we turn the camera down, if you could look around and give me a thumbs up if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube. It really helps me, and I really appreciate your support. Thank you. Hi, Judy from sunny and warm Iowa. Well, enjoy it because it sounds like it may be getting fairly cold there rather quickly, but enjoy today, right? All right. Well, grab your cup of tea, your coffee, beverage of your choice. Sit back and relax, and we're going to start stamping. Hi, Jenny. Good to see you. And I'm going to turn the camera down and we're going to do a little stamping. So let me get that done with a click of a button. All right. Well, just really quick, I did want to share my Rustic Barn Card Club for March, but you can sign up right now, and there's 5 projects. March 10th is the last day to sign up, and then I ship out the card club kits by the 21st of March. So that's kind of every month is like that. So sign up now through March 10th. Now, my card club is a subscription, and for my card club for March, I'm going to be using everyday details and the bundle and the dies that go with it. And my club is a subscription, so you can sign up and then you're able to cancel after 1 month or 2 or whenever. There's no obligation. And of course, the card club, I send you cardstock, die cuts, envelopes to make 5 projects, and also about $25 worth of new Stampin' Up! Products. You will get a tutorial for each project and also a video on how to create the projects. So let me show you. I think these cards are really elegant, and not because I made them, but because of this beautiful designer series paper. So you receive 4 cards. You don't receive the cards, but you receive everything to make the cards. You do need the bundle. The bundle, you can add on the bundle if you don't have it, or use whatever you have. And then the 3D project is this cute little treat box that opens from the top. So again, there's 5 projects, 4 cards, and a treat box. The last day to sign up for that is March 10th, and the cost is $39.50. Although in May, I will be raising my club price by $5, but don't worry, if you're already a Card Club subscriber, your monthly cost of $39.50 will stay the same. It will not change. If you're a new subscriber this month in March, the cost will be $39.50, and that won't change either as long as you are a subscriber. And of course, when you subscribe for 6 months consecutively, I give you a $25 credit. All right, and if you're interested, there's more information in the description. So as I said, celebration is going on, and I'm going to be using the detailed dogwood, which is on page 15 of the celebration. And I'm also going to be using just a sentiment from Softly Sophisticated on page 14. Because the detailed dogwood has a lot of images, but it doesn't have any sentiments. But again, you can use whatever you have. And then I'm going to be using from the mini catalog the beautiful lavender paper. I do think that right now, it's on page 23 in our mini catalog. I think it will be coming back in March. So you're not able to get the paper right now, but you may already have it. So we're going to be using this stamp set, and I'm going to be using You're in My Thoughts for the Softly Sophisticated. I have a masculine card today to share with you also. And I can see why this paper is so popular because it is beautiful. And as you can see, I've used quite a bit of it. But if you like lavender, if you like flowers, this is just gorgeous paper. Okay. Let me lay that aside and let's bring our card base in. So our card base is 8 by 4 1/4. And if you would like all the measurements and everything, I'm going to be, the project sheet for today will be in my email that I send out to my newsletter subscribers. So if you're not a newsletter subscriber, in the description, you will find where you can sign up to receive my newsletters. Okay, we want to make sure we get the dark cutting blade out of the way. So I brought in our trimmer, and we're going to score this at 2 1/2. And you know what? I did not score that at 2 1/2. So we'll just start again, right? Okay, let me grab. That means I can't talk and work at the same time, I guess. All right, so you can see me do the whole thing. So this is already 8. So we're going to put this in, and we are going to cut this at 4 1/4. And now I do need my cutting blade. Now you can just see how easy it is. Then we're just going to turn, and we're going to score this at 4 1/4. I'm sorry. We're going to score this at 2 1/2. Okay, we're going to score this at 2 1/2, and I'm going to go over that again in a second. All right, card base, 8 by 4 1/4, scored at 2 1/2. And I'm using Lost Lagoon cardstock. And then we're just going to fold on the fold line, just like that. And then I'm going to bring in some Designer Series paper that is 3 by 3. And I'm going to bring in Lost Lagoon that is also 3 by 3. And I'm going to bring back my trimmer. And I am going to diagonally cut. And I used to be really afraid to do that, but this trimmer makes it really easy. So here is my square, and I'm going to cut from corner to corner. But in our trimmer, there's a little space right in between there. So I'm going to place this corner right here in this opening, and then I want to make sure that I have this. And then I like to put my blade below and then just go straight up. And here you have 2 pieces. So one I can use for another card. But it's going to be turned this way. So you will have one that you can actually, either one of these would work. You have your leaves going down or you have your leaves going up. So either one of those would work. And then I'm going to do the same with the Lost Lagoon. So here's the square, and I'm just going to turn it, put it in the track, putting the top corner and the bottom corner. Close this, and since it's already up here, I'll go ahead and do it this way, which works too. And then we have 2 of these, but I only need 1. And we're finished with the trimmer. I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet, and what I'm going to do is that I am going to adhere, isn't that pretty on the back too, the Designer Series paper right on top of the cardstock to give it a little more stability. So I'm going to bring in my adhesive of choice, which is, I call it the green glue. So we're just going to add some adhesive, and we just lay that right on top. And I want to make sure before I press down that I have it all lined up, and it looks like I do. And then I'm just going to lay this aside right here, and we are going to bring in, we have 2 pieces of basic white. The smaller one will go inside our card, and then we're going to stamp on both of them, but our larger piece, which is 3 by 3, is going to go on the outside. I'm going to be using actually 4 ink, our black, Crumb Cake, Lost Lagoon, and Basic Black. So let's start with our Lost Lagoon. I like in the stamp set, it has this little, I don't know really what you kind of call it, but this little design, what is called a design. I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to place that right at the top of my cardstock like that. And then I'm going to bring in my basic gray, and I'm going to bring in our flowers. I'm going to use this flower. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up with our basic gray. And the only reason I'm using gray and not black, because I don't want it to be quite so dark. Does that make sense? And then I'm going to stamp that about right here. And then I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm going to go ahead and ink this up again. And then I'm going to stamp on my grid paper. And then I'm going to stamp down here, so a little bit lighter. I'm going to clean my stamp off camera. And then we're going to grab the crumb cake. Because I think we need something right there. So we're going to bring in this little dragonfly, or I think that's what it is. And we are going to stamp our little dragonfly about right there. I'm going to come back to this, but right now, let's go ahead and bring that smaller basic white in. And I'm going to bring our sentiment, which is "You're in my thoughts." And I do want this to be bold. So I'm going to lay my gray, because I'm going to come back to that. So I'm going to bring in our black. And I'm going to ink up "You're in my thoughts." And I have 2 other cards to show you. So don't go anywhere. There we go. And that's all the black we need is for the sentiment. And then I'm going to bring in our flower and go ahead and ink that up in gray. And we'll just stamp a little bit right over here on the left, which gives you, of course, that wasn't gray, that was crumb cake, but that's okay, that'll work. So always look and see what color you're using, right? But this will work. Okay, so now let me go ahead and bring this back, and we're going to just use 2 colors of Stampin' Blends, Lost Lagoon and Dark and Light Highland Heather, and this is going to be light Lost Lagoon. So I'm going to be using the Lost Lagoon for the leaves, There we go. I think I got all of those. And then I'm going to bring in the dark Highland Heather. And I'm just going to just go over some of the lines that are already there. But I'm not going to do it on all of them because, you know, flowers are different, right? I'm going to come back with the Lost Lagoon because I did miss a couple of flower or leaves there. All right, now we're going to come back with the light. And we're just going to add some color. And if you're watching the replay, you could just, if you don't want to see me color, you could just fast forward. But while I'm doing this, I wanted to let you know that I'm going to start back giving prizes starting next Tuesday. So you have 3 ways to enter. So you can enter today by leaving a comment. You can share this video or place an order with me. And did you know when you place an order with me that I send you a handmade card and a small gift? And there's a little flower right there. And we almost missed this one, didn't we? All right. Now lay that aside and bring in this. Now I'm going to, for March, I'm going to, if you place an order with me, I'm going to be sending you a tutorial bundle. And this is from demonstrators all over the United States. There will be pictures, and a lot of them have a video link that you can click on and also see how to make. And there'll be pictures and also dimensions, measurements, plus all the supplies that you need. So, all right, we have that done. Let's set that aside. Let's go ahead and get our card together. Bring back our card base. I'm going to bring a strip of Designer Series paper that I'm going to place right over here on the left. So here's this flap that opens. I'm going to place that right over here. Trying to get it as straight as we can, which I don't think there we go. Now I think that's a little bit better. And then we're going to bring this back, and we are going to place this in the corner. So here's our card base, and we're placing this right here in the corner, but I'm going to use dimensionals, but I'm going to be tucking the basic white underneath, so I don't want any dimensionals right under here. So this long space here, I'm going to leave an opening. So let me find my dimensionals. So I'm just going to put one here at this corner and one at this corner, and then just like that. And that should be enough. And we're leaving this open. So I'll take the caps off. And the reason I'm adding the dimensionals because I want it to be raised up so I can tuck the basic white in. So then I'm going to line this up. And it doesn't show, so it looks like, I feel like I need to bring that over just a little bit though. There we go. All right, now I am going to add, this is going to go right here. So I need to open my card. So for this 3x3, we're only going to put adhesive over here on the left side. So I'm going to get it kind of, lined up. So I'm going to kind of decide where and hang on to it like this. And then I know that I'm going to put adhesive right here. And then I'm going to I leave a little bit of space from the Designer Series paper because I have a little Lost Lagoon showing on the left of the Designer Series paper, and I want it to show over on the right. And then I want about the same amount of space from here to here as I do here to here, which just kind of look at it. And okay, and we get it straight, and then we press down. And so this way you can open it. Now this is going to be our inside layer, and I'm going to be tucking this under our little triangle. But I also, before I glue it down, or hear it down, I want to make sure that this covers it. So as you can see, it shows a little bit. So that means I need to adjust and move it over a little bit like this. And then that works. So turn it over and add some adhesive on our inside layer. And before, just double check. And we're going to tuck this under like this. Get it straight. And then this tucks under here also, just like that. Then we're going to bring in, of course, some embellishments. But before we do that, I'm going to bring in this Lost Lagoon ribbon that is in our January to April mini catalog. And I'm going to make a bow. I have 2 more cards to show you using the same layout. Then I'm going to come in with our glue dot, and I'm going to take our bow right to the glue dots and use my nail to pick that up. And then I think I will place that right here on the corner. Now, another little tip, you can add a glue dot underneath your bows if you want them to lay a certain way. But I think this ribbon lays pretty well. I'm going to come in with the purple fine shimmer gems, which unfortunately are also on back order, but they will be back. And I don't remember the day in March, but it won't be long because March is almost here, right? Friday is the first day of March. So we are going to, I think we're going to use, you have 3 different colors here. And I think one is Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, maybe Blackberry Bliss. I don't know, but now I am curious. So let's find out those 3 colors. I want to tell you right. Okay, so you get 150 adhesive, and you get 3 colors, as I mentioned, Berry Burst. So this is Berry Burst, Gorgeous Grape, and Highland Heather. And they're $8 here in the United States. Okay, and of course, I love them. They are just so pretty. So I think we'll put one there, and then I think I'll put one right here. Okay, so here is our fun fold, our corner tuck card. Call it that because, it tucks under. And you could put a sentiment on the outside, but I decided to just stamp on the outside, and then when you open up, you're in my thoughts. Now let me show you the other card, or I have 2 more, like I said. So here is the second card, and it's the same layout, only I just used some different Designer Series paper in the same pack as this pack here with the perennial lavender. And I stamped this the same, only inside, you're in my thoughts, and I did stamp that in basic gray, whereas here I stamped in the crumb cake. But we have crumb cake in our designer series paper, so nobody will know that that's what I had intended, right? Now let me show you the masculine card. Here is the masculine card, and again, this paper is the same, from the same pack of perennial lavender, but they have some crumb cake checked. I use very vanilla instead of basic white for my 3x3 for the front of the card, and then I used another stamp that is in the detailed dogwood. This one right here. This really has some really neat, neat images. And then it has a larger flower too, but I chose to use this one, and it has leaves. And again, the dragonfly. And here I decided to use color my flowers with Lost Lagoon rather than the Highland Heather. And then here I did not use, I used different embellishments. I chose the rainbow adhesive back dots that were in our mini catalog. And I used the Lost Lagoon. And then you're in my thoughts. And again, I use this stamp here. So the only flowers was right on top, but to me, this could definitely be a masculine card, and I left off the bow. So those are the 3 cards for today. Okay. Let me turn my camera back so I can see you. All right. So Jenny, you said that that's your style. I know. I know you like purple, and I do too. And Judy, different colors definitely change the appearance, and lavender looks so springy. Yes, lavender does. But you are right. When you use different colors, different designer series paper, you can make your card look completely different. And of course, you could use whatever stamp set that you have. So I hope you like the cards. Let me know which is your favorite. And don't forget, next week I'll be giving out prizes. 3 ways you can be in the drawing for a random drawing that I'm going to give. Leave a comment whether you're watching this live or on the replay, and share the video, and if you place an order with me. So all those names will be in for prizes, and I will give those next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central during my live, and next Tuesday is March 5th. I'm going to double check. Don't forget about my March card club, which you can sign up now through March 10th. And there's information in the description if you're interested in that. Again, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch. And Judy, lavender is your favorite. All right. Thank you. I like lavender too. It makes me think of lilacs that will be hopefully blooming in the spring, right? Okay, well, I hope I've inspired you to do some crafting. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch. I really appreciate it, and all your support. I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. Take care. See you soon, and bye for now.